Doctor! Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like I just got raped by a Prothean beacon.
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
Well, Chakwas, you're always on my mind. What can I say?
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Either having in the bad touch of the bad dreams? Yeah, I seem to be alright. I'm pissed off about the GIF.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Yeah, it would be a good replacement for Jenkins. Certainly looks better.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
Yeah, well, I'll just dig those answers out the back of Nihilus' skull, shall I?
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Oh, the bullet in the back of Nihilus' skull makes me think he hates Turians too.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Well, this might sound a little bit hokey, but...
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
That's gonna go down the treat.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Just give me a gun. This problem goes away.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Yes, sir, Captain Anderson, sir. But anyway, that is Eden Prime done. We are finally back on the Normandy. And when you're on the Normandy, even though right now I've pretty much just got to go talk to Joker, and that's pretty much the extent of what I've got to do. Normally, you can walk around sort of like the Normandy, and you can chat to all your crew.
Hey, Commander.
See, there's Ashley. She's pretty good on the chat. It's Caden? Yeah, Caden. Standing over there. They're pretty good on the chat. And basically, you can go around the Normandy and chat to everybody. If you have a little looky-loo around here. Boom. There's a lift which leads downstairs. A lift that takes forever. And stuff upstairs. And those sort of stuff I might do in a separate episode. I might go around talking to them with you. I'm not too sure. But just for the purposes of now, I'm going to go around and do it now with you. But later on, I might do all that in separate episodes. Who knows?
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
I was a part of the crew. I thought she meant like be alive in general. I was like, nah, you'd still be alive. Come on, if we met you, we'd probably take you and leave Jenkins behind anyway.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
But last, we can't exactly leave you on Eden Prime. You'd be the only one left down there. Other than that other guy hiding behind a crate, and I wouldn't really trust him with you.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Okay, I get that was the Paragon option, but we couldn't have done it without you. I think we probably could have. Let's not beat around the bush here. We probably could have done it fine without her.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Tell me about yourself, Jaguars.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Well, at this precise moment, you probably would be, because I, literally just needed your help.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
I always find questions like that so kind of goofy. That we're living under the pretense right now of these guys have worked for Anderson for a long time. I mean, I'm his XO, and I'm asking, what do you know about Anderson? It's like, you've already worked and lived on this ship for years, but what do you know about him? Tell me.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Speaking from someone who gets really bad migraines, migraine is not usually something you wish for, but compared to the other side effects, I guess it's the lesser of two evils. Or lesser of five evils, or whatever.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And there you have it, Commander Shepard's catchphrase. He says, I should go throughout these 3 games more than you would ever know. And with an interview, which was done by the people at Geek Space, they asked him like if he had a catchphrase, what would it be? And he said him and the voice actor for the FemShep all said that I should go would probably be his catchphrase, because he says it so damn much.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Oh, is that all, Caden? We don't get more story time with you.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Will do, Anderson. Plus, you're voiced by Keith... Was it Keith David? David Keith? I forget which way his name is supposed to go around. But either way, it's just, how can I say no to you, eh? Oh. I know if you walk around these things, you can click on some of these things and sort of like get codex and a little bit of experience points from them. But anyway, we have got to go talk to Joker, but before we do, I wonder if I can go down in the lift yet. The elevator of just masses of time. It's like time seems to stop in this lift. For the rest of this walkthrough, I'm going to cut out these elevator scenes, like these particular ones in the Normandy, but for this purpose, I just want to show you how long on console this elevator takes, because basically these elevators, these lifts are a sneaky way of the people at BioWare and Mass Effect of covering up loading screens, and basically that's what these lift scenes are. They're loading screens. And throughout the game there'll be plenty of them, but normally you've got your characters chatting, but of course when you're going down there on your own, you've got nobody to talk to, you're sort of just on your own, and it takes absolutely forever. But anyway, let's walk around and see some of the other crew that we've got down here at the moment before we tell Joker to dock at the Citadel. Here we go. Added to the codex and plus 10 experience points.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
It was a damn shame, but even though I keep telling people he will be missed, I honestly will probably forget his name in the next 5, 4. Oh no, you actually do get reminded of Jenkins quite a bit throughout this game, but...
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Yeah, well, you've got one of those really untrustworthy goatees. My granddad always said, if you've got one of those goatees that's just on your chin, do not trust him. Of course, that's a bit of a sweeping statement, but hey, what granddad says, granddad goes.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Rightio, now here's basically sort of like your buying screen. Wow. This stuff here, this is like Spectre gear, and as you can see, it's pretty expensive. I currently have 1,370 credits, and it costs 313,600 credits, so clearly I don't have enough yet. But basically, I'm going to do all this sort of stuff away from camera, so you guys don't have to sit there and be bored. But basically, my logic with this is, what I do is I go through all the stuff I have, and I equip my team with it, and then everything that I have left over I sell everything, because if I'm not using it there is no point in keeping it, and basically that's the way I find that I get myself the best upgrades. As I say, before I sell my stuff, if you walk over to the lockers here, you have your whole squad's locker, and obviously right now all we have is Caden and Ashley, and if you go into start menu and then squad, this is where you can add the points yourself. I didn't realise I'd actually upgraded. Let's add one more in charm. And maybe it's time I add myself a little bit of health protection, because I did find I nearly died a few times. So let's put a little bit in health. Assault training, what's that? That's just damage, adrenaline burst. Okay. And where is it? Load. Oh, no, load. That's the wrong one. Equipment. That's the thing I was looking for. Sorry, I'm still used to playing Mass Effect 3. But anyway, here, as you can see, the equipment screen, this is where we load out Shepard, and we load out all sort of like the squad and stuff like that, all their weapons, all that sort of jazz. As I say, this is something I'll normally do away from screen, but just for this one time I'm going to do it here, just so you can see the basics of it. Now, Shepard never uses the assault rifle, so I'm not going to bother giving him a good assault rifle that somebody who does use it could use. And here you see that we've got the comparisons. On the left is the stuff that I've got, on the stuff on the right is the stuff we're going to equip it with. If it's yellow, it means it's better than it previously was. Red means it's worse. So looking at that right now, you get plus, what is it, 13 damage, but everything else, the accuracy and the shots before overheating has decreased only slightly. So I'm not sure if it's really worth an upgrade. But as you see, that's how you go through there, and then once you've chosen the stuff you want, if you go press, what is it, X, here you have your different sort of upgrades and stuff like that. So you can add something like that, so you can see further, like more enemies, if they're trying to do whatever to it. And then you've got your heat, stops it from overheating, and then you've got a second upgrade shot, and here you can put like radioactive rounds or stuff like that, so, or chemical rounds, so every time you shoot them they get chemical burns giving additional damage, yada yada yada, stuff like that. And you can go along and do the same for the pistol, which is obviously I'd want for Shepard because he mainly uses the pistol. There's a sniper, not going to bother with that. Grenade launcher, I've got no upgrades. Biotic amps, no upgrades. And there's my armour. And as you can see here, I've got the duelist, you've got Scorpion. Now if you look at the Scorpion armour, it's light human armour, everything is increased, so I'm going to equip Shepard in that. There he goes. Oh, camouflage and everything. Got any upgrades for that? A stimulant pack. Armour equipped with the stim pack releases target shots of adrenaline to speed up recovery and recharge cooldown times. So, yeah, why not? It's the only upgrade we've got, so we might as well add that to the upgrades. But anyway, I've got a lot of stuff I need to do that. I'm going to do that at some other point so you guys don't get bored. But other than that, I think we've pretty much chat to everyone other than maybe Presley and Joker up on the top deck. But other than that, that is all. I'm going to leave it here for now because I'm going to go ahead and do all my upgrades, all the boring stuff you guys don't want to see. And when we return, we're going to go chat to Joker and we're going to bring this bad boy into the Citadel. But as for now, I will catch you guys later.